Hey folks, you got Mr. X here, Mr. Excremento for everybody else that might be joining us here. I am just getting things kicked off in the realm right now, so just give me one moment to bring all that up and I will gladly turn on the video. In the meantime, just come and listen to some chilled, kickback little tunes that we got going on here. Alright, let's see. It says live screen right here, but I am not ready yet. Huh, I wonder where did the game go? Hey Arduin, what's up man? I am just trying to bring up chat box there, alert box there, webcam, and down here somewhere. Let's see. Ah, hey, would you look at that? It figured it out finally. Nothing like fixing things on the fly. Let's see, fit to screen, and we are good to play. Hey! Alright. So, I'm still building Le Master Pyramide. But as you can see, the sun's starting to rise over there. Arduin, I'm good, man. I am just going to play some Minecraft tonight. I had a little bit later of a night getting off work. Oh, that's really loud. Let me turn mine down. Let's see. I don't want to hit mute on anything, so let me just change this real quick. Ah, that's better. Okay. That loud tweeting was like really blowing away my ears. Yeah, long night at work, and here I am just wanting to relax. And I'm planning on doing some stuff with the other channel, doing more live stream stuff with that here probably tomorrow night. But before I get back into that, I wanted to just have a fun night of me just sitting here playing the game that I wanted to play. And so here I am. So, the pyramid is started. I've got about a full quarter of it done over here. It's looking pretty good. I haven't got hardly anything done on this side. Definitely hardly anything done on this side. But I finally have started reaching down towards the bottom. So, I've got a ways to go, but I'm closer than I was. So, let's just put it that way. I've been working really hard at this thing. As you can see, here's the full unit. Let's see, do I have... No, see, I got plenty. I might be able to finish this side, probably not quickly, but I'm going to be grabbing some more cobblestone in a minute because all I have left is this middle section right here. And already building it, I love how you can see the massive shadow that it casts down on the land. This is awesome to me. I think it's cool. Well, I mean, Arduin, you know the other show that I do, and I managed to get everything cut, edited, posted, scheduled, and everything as of today. So I don't have to touch anything with Utah Outcast 4 probably until Thursday, maybe Friday, when I need to start doing some show notes. So the show never stops. But the good news is it looks like more people are paying attention to the channel, so I'm happy to see that. Now, if I can just get more people to pay attention to this, maybe I'll use the doing that show tomorrow night to push people here, which would be great. But I can't. I mean, I'm not going to be shilling away, but I mean, if you have an audience, might as well let them know that you're doing stuff in other places, right? How's it with you? You at work? I built the giant pyramid once, but out of sandstone. The shadows always looked at me. Yeah, if I was playing this on the on the Windows 10 RTX beta that they had. That I had that installed for a good couple of days, but I couldn't play Realms on it. If I had the RTX turned on, it'd be really impressive, because with that one, when it's dark, it's black, it's really black. Like, if there's no light coming through, no light source shining through, it is completely black. You don't see a darn thing. But then again, want to do's before have to do's before want to do's in my life. Now the good news is we've been cleaning up a lot of this house right now. So, hey, what's going on? I can't read your name. It's too red. Let me see if I can make that bigger so I can actually see what's going on there. Nope, I can't. Well, welcome to the chat anyway. Sorry, I can't read it. It's too small for my old man eyes. I can't read it. So welcome. We're just I'm just sitting back talking to my friend Arduin, building this massive pyramid. And I don't know, since it's mostly mindless work, I'm ready to talk about just about anything, so feel free. I mean, as long as it's polite. Much to be said about polite talk these days. Right, let me see. Any more of this stuff. One thing I like is that no matter how much I play this game, there's always something different I could be doing in it. It's something new. You could always be building something in. You could always be working on a new project that you haven't been working on. And I just looked at myself in the camera and I realized how ridiculous these giant headphones make me look. But they're comfortable. And of course, like all stupid PC nerds like myself these days, is that they have RGB in them, so this is completely useless. I mean, let's see. If I turned off the studio lights, you can, yeah, see it glows a little bit, but it doesn't look very good. Let's see. About to get to work. Don't have to be there for another half hour since it takes me only 10 minutes to get to work. With me being a boss at the job, I can pretty much come and go as I need to. I always make sure that I'm not going to be committing time card fraud, though, so I always show up when I'm supposed to be there, leave when I need to. But it's nice being able to flex my schedule a little bit. As a parent, it really does help. And I know that's a lucky thing. A lot of people don't have that ability, so perks of the job, I guess? I don't know. I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's face. It's just nice to have. Well, and you've got other considerations to worry about, too. I mean, do they have enough public transit that situates your chair that you have to take with you? I mean, I remember you telling me a couple of stories in the other chat that we had about certain trains, or you'll have to remind me about that one. Well, that's fine. Go ahead and talk in all caps. I don't mind. I don't see it as shouting loud noises. No, nothing like that. I don't mind. It just looks like it says FFX Res X, and so I just can't read the name very well. Luckily for me, when I run out of cobblestone, since I'm up here on this Taiga biome, or Taiga, there's plenty of it down there for me to get. Plus, there's all sorts of little tiny hills I can mine. But what I've been doing is been taking it out of my mine that I have. So I'm going to have to go down there here in a minute because my pickaxe is on its last legs. So once I get done hucking all this stuff out, I'm going to go get me a new pickaxe. Oh, nice. It's got to be good that you can be able to get there yourself, just driving there yourself. Thankfully, I'm still... My office is literally right here. I hate this computer. I hate looking at it. I'm tired of seeing it. Yeah, I remember I seen you in the chat before. You were here last week and talking with us, and so you might have been. Were you the person I was talking to about being in school? You have to help me remember. So I think so. I try to remember people that I've talked to. You weren't part of the raid. I remember most of those guys that came in on the raid. So how's life? Hopefully the music's not too loud. If it is, let me know and I'll turn it down. I'm listening to just the desktop audio, so I can't hear myself on my microphone monitor. So, but luckily, I can look at the EQ level and see that it's fine. Yep, and when I reached that 10,000 area and I lost all my stuff, I'm sure you remember that. I lost all my crap because of all the skeletons. I went back and I got all my stuff because I was like, I'm not leaving that netherite sword that I had. It was too good. So I literally had to make myself a path in the nether to get to it. But shh, don't tell anybody. I turned it on to peaceful because some nights you just want to relax and have a good time. I don't mind like fighting mobs and stuff, but sometimes you don't want to. And I'm so picky about how my pyramid looks that I am knocking off these blocks that I use to help me build it up. I'm just thankful you can build onto the air. Like, I don't remember when they updated it so you could do that, but I remember for a while you couldn't do something like that. Or I could be just totally talking out my backside and you've always been able to do it and I just haven't noticed until recently, so. Right, DJ Malcontent? Yeah, look. Oh, good, I landed in water. Haha, yay, I was about to die. It's a good as a time as any to go get myself a new pickaxe. Yeah, sometimes you just want to build a giant-ass pyramid. I mean, look at this thing. Once that's sealed off, it is going to be pitch black in this area. I thought about building out of sandstone, so... See, look, as I get closer to the edges of it there, yeah, it's definitely pitch black. Nice. Just trying to follow the river around. I know it eventually dumps out into the waterfall above my house, so that's where I'm headed right now. Just gotta snake it around. But it's funny, I used up all 6, I think, double treasure chests that I had full of cobblestone building this monstrosity, and I'm probably not even close to being done with it. So, but yeah, I turned off mobs for a little bit because I didn't want to fight anybody. And my nice little waterfall that dumps me out right onto my house. I'm just glad glass doesn't break if you fall on it hard. My melon farm's coming along nicely. Got some pretty good melons. Hey now. I'm probably going to expand mining, not mining, but the farming here in a couple of days. And then I expanded the tree farm over here. So I've got even more trees now. But it's been handy. I've been able to hollow out a lot of stuff I've been wanting to get out of here. And I'm always on the search for more diamonds. So it's always that. And now that I've got them, I'll plant me some oak saplings. Oh, and would you look at that? The exact right amount that I needed. How nice. I mean, I want to put more lanterns up too, but it's a lot of work. I love my little house. Look, I like my nicely spaced out little garden that I've got here. Need to do some pruning and get rid of some of these lower branches, but it's fine. Where is your traveling trader? Huh, don't know. Let's see. Get rid of some. Nope, I have all my cobblestones still. I need my dirt. I'm just gonna put that over here. Let's see. Don't need any of that stuff. Do I have any tools? Curse of Vanishing. That's a pretty awesome iron pickaxe, but might as well use it. I don't think I'll ever. But what I could do is I could grab some of those and some of that and just go over here to my smithing bench. Not repair smith. Okay, so put that guy up there and then put diamond done. I guess that doesn't work. Netherite? Nope, that doesn't work. Maybe I need more diamond. Let's see. That should be enough. Let's see. That one. Oh, no? I guess you can't upgrade it that easily. I mean, I could take this one and put netherite on it if I wanted to, but it's not really that awesome of a pickaxe. So, I might as well just build a new one. Let's see. Oh, I did not want to make that many. I should not have held the shift key. Oh well. My kids are not going to come down here anytime soon. They have school all week, so they're not going to be able to come and mess with my stuff. Let us make that into a netherite pickaxe. Put that over here. Let's see. Hey, Giovanni. Yeah, I guess I need more diamonds now, but alright. I'll keep both of those for now. Stick, torches. Got just about everything I need. Okay, so I need to go enchant that. I don't think I have. Yeah, see, I used all the more cobblestone. I used the really do you need more cobblestone. I used all of my sheesh, that's way too much. And even my unmarked one over here doesn't have any in it. Cobblestone part 6 is out. I got stone, but I don't need stone. Yeah, those pickaxes are going to last me quite a while, I think. I don't need any potions. I don't need any edibles. As you can see, this is what this area looked like before I started messing around with it. I mean, this is the area I have now. There's a little waterfall I came down on. And this whole area over here, as you can see, there was lava and obsidian. That's still there, but I covered up all the lava. And now the pyramid is taking up, like, from... Let's see, you come out and you come up out of the tunnel there. Let's see, there's the stairwell, it brings you out over there. So, like, the pyramid goes from, like, here all the way down. So it'll be this giant, massive structure, so... let's see. Do I need anything? I wish you could put a shulker box in a shulker box. That'd be great. But then that's almost like shulker box inception or something. They'd probably be against it. Let's see. Do I have anything in here I need? I could take cobblestone stairs and get rid of all those. Some more of those. Some more of those. And some more of those. Cool. I can go get rid of these things. I wish there was something more you could do with flint, so... thankfully, it's just going to be me talking mainly to myself. Unless anybody has anything they want to talk about. Oh, I need some lapis. Let's see there. Some lapis. And I don't have level 8. Crap. I guess I can't do much with that right now, so that's fine. Fine. Yeah, wouldn't that be great to have infinite stuff that you could just carry with you everywhere? So as you can see, I still have the stairwell. I did a little bit more work on it, but not a whole lot. And my poor horse that never gets used, but they've got their own place. I probably should build them a little roof so they're not covered by rain all the time. There you go. Now you don't have to worry about getting cold. I mean, it's temporary, but that does not look good at all. Let's see. We're talking about favorite movies. Okay, favorite movies. I talked about this on my other show earlier this week. One of my favorite movies of all time is a crappy comic book adaptation movie for a movie called Tank Girl. Terrible movie. Absolutely terrible movie, but since it was one of those, watched it so many times when I was younger, like I could sit there and watch it anytime that I want. And since I'm a bit of a weeaboo, my actual all-time favorite movie is a flick called Macross Do You Remember Love? My favorite animation, favorite movie altogether. But when it comes to movies, I've seen about as many movies as you think somebody could probably see. I mean, there's a lot of people that have seen more than me, but I can't think of many that have seen as many as I have. So it's hard for me to say. It depends what kind of mood I'm in when it comes to movies. I mean, really, anything from the 80s, anything from the 90s. There's only certain movies I don't like. Sometimes it's only because the pacing on them is usually so terribly slow. Who wants to watch something that's just a teeth-pulling kind of movie? Lost in Translation is one of my favorite movies for a while. Bill Murray movie with Scarlett Johansson. I think, yeah, that was Scarlett Johansson. It's like she was just barely starting off in Hollywood. Fantastic flick. If I had to go like favorite action movie, it would be something like Aliens. It's a killer movie. And also because it used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. But speaking of which, we do have coming up I have coming up for you guys in October. All my streams that month are going to be me playing spooky games. And I do not do well with spooky games at all. And apparently I've actually hit a couple of lists looking for what would be the spookiest games to play. And I'm probably going to poop myself on camera because I don't handle this stuff very well. Starting it off, anyway, what I said about Alien. Starting it off, it'll be Alien Isolation is the game that came out a handful of years back that always looked interesting when I saw somebody playing it, but I stopped watching because I didn't want to spoil it for myself because it looked like it'd be a pretty cool game to play. But the funny thing is, it's not so much like spoopy games that like kind of scare me, because I can play. What the heck was the game? Dead Space was fine for me. It really didn't scare me that much because you're in a guy in a spacesuit. It didn't really spook me too much. But let's see. I watched Wolf of Wall Street today. It was very, very interesting. Yeah, I think that one, isn't that based on a true story? If I remember right. Yeah, there it goes. Well, that was the cool pickaxe that lasted there for a minute. But it had Curse of Vanishing, so I didn't exactly want to have that for very long. And to be completely honest with you, I haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street because it was just one of those that didn't really hit my interest list. I heard it's good. I'll get around to seeing it. I'm finally starting to watch more stuff because my work has not been really asking a lot out of me recently. And so I can put stuff on in the background as long as it doesn't take all my attention. And that sounds like one where it wouldn't be that much attention taking. So yeah, see, I thought it was a true story, or at least based on a true story. But I like Leonardo DiCaprio, so I'd probably really enjoy it. So it was really funny going back and watching. I showed my younger kids seeing Titanic for the first time. God, he was young in that movie, man. I didn't realize it at the time because I was about 18 when it came out, so I didn't really notice, but that was honestly the last time I saw that movie. It was on a date with somebody, and I said, okay, I never want to see that 3-hour movie again. And there I sat, watching it all over again. It's a fine movie. It's not something I really cherish or relished watching, but it's fine. I just have, but the funny thing is, like, scary games mess me up big time. Scary movies, there's no such thing as a scary movie to me. I can watch any kind of horror flick and not be spooked out by it. It's kind of weird that way. Mutant powers, I guess, right? Like, my mutant power would be able to be like, I could chew on cold things. And I know some people, that just makes people go, ugh, my teeth. Oh, I can't stand that, you know. Yeah, I mean, Titanic's not a terrible movie. It's just long and it's primarily a romance movie, but... Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're looking for. And I'm not hating on it because it's a romance movie. I definitely like romance movies. Like, you've got Mail and When Harry Met Sally. But it was one of those movies where you go to watch it, and if you're a student of history, you already know what happens. I mean, everybody knows that the Titanic sinks. They showed that in the first 2 minutes of the movie. But it's like when I went to go watch, there was a Liam Neeson movie called K-19, The Widowmaker. It was about a Russian nuclear, like, prototype submarine that had some problems, and it ended up sinking, I think, and it was going to explode if they didn't, like, take care of it, and so they had to expose themselves to the rest of the world that they had a nuclear-powered submarine. But the thing is, like, the movie came out, and I watched a documentary, like, before we went to go see the movie, because I had no interest in seeing it, but my friends dragged me along to it. And I watched this documentary, and I'm like, oh, that's that guy. Oh, that's that guy. Oh, yeah, I know what happens here. This is the part where blah, blah, blah happens. And so it just, like, kind of ruined a movie for me. So anytime, like, there's something that you can get knowledge about before you go see it, it almost automatically is ruined for me. Let's see, have I watched As Above, So Below? I don't think I've heard of that one. I'm gonna go run off. Let me bring up my phone real quick and see. As Above, So Below. Let's see. As Above, So Below. Oh, nope, but it is on my list. 2014 horror thriller. Oh, sweet. It's on Netflix. I will watch that tomorrow. I think it's because I got exposed to scary movies a lot when I was a kid. Because let me tell you, growing up as me was pretty cool. I mean, aside from, you know, obvious family problems, but I had unfettered access to, like, cable television, like all the movie channels and everything. So I pretty much watched whatever I want whenever I wanted to. And my parents weren't hard set on double checking that we were actually asleep when it was bedtime. So it was one of those, okay, go to bed. And even though I was in my room, I could still have the TV on. So so I would watch all sorts of stuff. I can't tell what type of block that is that on my hair. It must be cobblestone, otherwise I would have something else in my hands, but let's find out. Ah, it is cobblestone. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. Sounds good. Let's see, and it's too bad Arduin can't chat right now. I know he's got stuff he's got to do at work, but he's a movie buff too. He likes to watch movies quite a bit because, you know, he lives in a country where they're not in the middle of giant COVID outbreaks and stuff, so he can go to the movie theater as often as he wants to. I miss having the movie pass and going and seeing all kinds of movies every week. Something I definitely look forward to when we get over this crap. Am I full of cobblestone yet? Nope, I still got a bit to go. Oops, I need that. They should not put the drop button right next to the walk forward button. In fact, I might change the key map on that. That's crazy. Okay, let's see. I want to finish this 1/4 of the place. I'll be happy after that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up as much of the cobblestone as I can. Put some into a shulker box, and then we're going to go build. I mean, I'll eventually come down here and get all this diorite and get the granite out of here, and I can always use more dirt. And then there's all the coal that's handy to have as well. But this giant cobblestone pyramid was something I just kind of did as like a laugh, and then let's see, I had a babysitter who showed us Phantasm when I was about 3. Yep, I remember those days. That was the flying death ball, wasn't it? The only thing I really remember from that is like the creepy old guy. I probably should go back and revisit those, but then again, I went back and revisited some 80s horror movies that I liked when I was a kid, and they've not aged well at all. One that has aged really well, and you really need to see this one, FFX, sorry, I need to find a person who I've been chatting with this whole time besides DJ Malcontent and Arduin. You need to go back and watch The Thing. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. Effects are a little bit dated, I mean, but it's got great actors in it, and it's got a really cool premise. It's pretty good for an 80s horror flick, especially a low budget one. It's a John Carpenter movie, if you know who that is. John Carpenter's made so many amazing low budget scary movies, and some that aren't even scary, but good flick. Keith David, let's see, had the oatmeal guy in it. What's his name? He passed away recently. I used to have it right off the top of my head. I forgot what it was. It's probably because I'm busy mining stuff too, but it's the diabetes guy. It's Wilford Brimley, thank you. Yesterday was the story about the guy that travels to a time where the Beatles weren't actually a band. Yep, good flick. Especially since I love the Beatles. And that's not like boomer love of the Beatles. I came into them as a young man that liked the Beatles. Well, man, wasn't crazy about them, but I liked them quite a bit. We had a handful of the stuff on LP. Still got them too, sitting in the storage shed somewhere. So, yeah, Beatles are awesome. They're a good band. I was born the same year that John Lennon got shot, so I know that's dating myself right now, but I think we only have Ringo Starr that's still around. I think, is George Harrison still alive? No, okay, Paul McCartney's alive and Ringo Starr are still alive, but I think George Harrison isn't here anymore. So, yep, Paul's still alive. It was John Lennon. John Lennon. Did I say Paul? I'm sorry. Yep, George Harrison did die. Thank you. But I like a lot of the British invasion bands that you had at the time. I got to go see The Who live, which was a really awesome show. That was about a decade ago. But bruh, opening up for The Who was The Pretenders. If you don't know who that group is, go give them a listen. Good freaking band. But The Who, awesome show. I got to see, probably like the second or third year I lived in this state, I got to go see the Moody Blues, which they're not quite like the same. I mean, they're as prolific as like the Beatles and stuff, as far as fans go. But Moody Blues was a band probably about the same time, if not a little bit earlier than the Beatles. That was a cool concert because they get like the full orchestra treatment. So, oh yeah, you're only 15. I'm old enough to be your dad. That's okay. I consider myself everybody's dad here on this channel. So, I mean, unless that weirds you out, then don't say that. But yeah, definitely a big fan of the Beatles. But you probably don't want to see. I don't know. If you watched that other horror movie, you should be fine seeing The Thing. Had some really good like monster shots in it, without giving you too much away. So, wrong button. Let's see. I need to put down a shulker box and then drop that real quick. Load up cobblestone into this thing. So let's drop off everything that I possibly can. Get to work getting more of this crap. There. Okay, there. How about that? But yeah, 15's awesome, man. I mean, it sucks being in school all the time, but you're right at the cusp of being able to like get your own job and everything. So once you start making your own money, it's pretty awesome because you can finally have the money to buy whatever the heck you want to buy. The only problem with me is that when I got my own job, my parents didn't tell me that once I started making my own money, I was also paying for my own gas. You also have to keep in mind, God, I feel like such a boomer saying something like this, but when I was starting to drive, gas was like 95 cents a gallon. It was ridiculously cheap. Yeah, that was an amazing show. The Who with the Pretenders opening up, great show. I don't usually go to, I prefer my concerts to be like a more smaller, intimate venue nowadays. That's why I try to keep my ear to the ground and find some obscure acts that only play the small shows. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of the band called the Proto Men. Anyway, super nerdy band because I mean, they don't have to be nerdy, but the origin of the band is kind of nerdy. They are a band that does essentially Mega Man video game based story. Because they have Proto Man, they have Mega Man, they have Dr. Wily, Dr. Light, but it's all like dystopian future kind of storytelling. Anyway, I got to see them live a number of years back, like 2012, 2013. I think it was 2013. And that was an amazing show because they played a spot here in Salt Lake that is known for being, you know, super intimate with the band. And so the lead singer was probably 2 feet away from me the whole show. I mean, they're like an ensemble band, so there's like 9 people on the stage, and the stage can barely contain 4 people. So yeah, there was a little bit of spillover, but it was so awesome. And I got to go see Ninja Sex Party and Tupperware Remix Party, and big fans of both of those groups. So I was supposed to go see another band that I really liked and I've kind of gotten into is a group called the Cybertronic Spree. Now, these guys, they play mainly music from like the Transformers movie soundtrack or the Transformers TV shows and stuff. Lots of 80s stuff, songs as well, but it is a group where they dress up as Transformer characters. Like one of the lead singers dresses up as RC, the other one looks like Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime, whatever you want to call him. And I don't know. I've got a really... I'm a real sucker for, like, bands that wear costumes. I don't know why. It's just kind of always been that way for me. It's like, cool. You could be a lead singer and you can stand in front of a crowd, but can you do it wearing a Ronald McDonald costume? That's another group called Max Sabbath, by the way. Nobody knows who Max Sabbath is. It's a McDonald's themed Black Sabbath tribute band. I know, man. I know. Like, damn, dude, that's nerdy for me. But music's one of the big loves of my life, so I like finding all sorts of obscure stuff to listen to. I always like trying out new things because I've got 40 years on this planet, 1 foot in the grave. If you're not learning and if you're not enjoying yourself, you're not having a good time, you're just wasting your life. So yeah. They probably have. They're known to play like smaller venues as well. But yeah, Max Sabbath, you have to check them out if you haven't heard of them. Their cover of War Pigs is actually really good. The cover of Paranoid that they have is really good, but it's all, the lyrics are all changed to be like fast food related too. So they're wacky. Well, either they're wacky or I'm wacky for liking stuff like that. One of my all-time favorite bands of all time that was in costume all throughout their entire run was Gwar. Still a big fan of that band. It's just too bad that like half the members are now dead. Don't do drugs, kids. How much do I have? That's it? I'm doing all this work for... Oh, no! That's not good. I don't want to be in this thing. Guess I will put some stuff down. Get out of the hole. Bro. There we go. Okay, well, now I know that's there. I asked my mom a good question about school. I asked if she went to school to learn or to pass, and she said she did only go to school to pass. I feel a little accomplished, yeah. See, here's the thing, and I don't want to be too, like, down on school or anything, but I primarily went to high school because I had to go to high school. I mean, I found some stuff that I ended up liking later on. Like, I joined the drama club and I did plays and stuff, which was always fun, and it's good practice for doing stuff like this because you get rid of your stage fright, you get rid of your fear of talking in front of other people. And I did AP classes and stuff as well because I thought I'd love college, but I'll let you know right now, this is probably gonna, somebody might give me a hard time for this one. You don't have to go to college. I have gotten to where I am in life. I do have an associate's degree. So I'd say at least get your placeholder degree if you're going to go get one of those. Do it at a community college so you're saving yourself some money. But there's no law in the books that says that you have to go to college if for a job. There are a lot of places where you can work on experience if you don't mind being at a crap job for a little while. You can say, hey, I did so many years of doing this thing. Finding a job, like a good job, is not so much a matter of what you know. It's not a matter of how hard you've worked in the past. It's a lot of it is who you know. Now without revealing too much information about my personal life or anything, if you have any military installations near you, look for contracting work. It's good paying usually. Let's see. Forgot laptop. Had to drive back and get it and race to work. Yeah, see, that's what you get. Living COVID-free over there. Meanwhile, if I forgot my laptop, it'd be like, oh wait, how could I? It's still sitting on my desk. Well, about the college thing, I've said that to my kids too. I'm like, hey, no pressure, because I honestly don't want to pay for it if you don't want to be there. But you don't have to go to college. If you are going to high school just to pass, and you feel like you're not learning anything, it's probably because there's not anything there for you to learn. And sadly, we have institutionalized learning in the United States here, where you're training to pass tests. Has nothing to do with your aptitude, has nothing to do with your drive, has nothing to do with your talents. It's just learning how to take a stupid test. And I mean SATs, ACTs, all that stuff. When I first started in college, it was a culture shock for me, because I was the guy that was in high school where I got A's easily. Like, stuff wasn't hard for me because I wasn't ever challenged. But going to college, you're challenged. Not only are you challenged, you have to want to do that kind of thing. Like, you're paying to be there, so you better make sure you're learning. Okay, about movies. Theater is open, but no good movies. Yeah, because there are none. I personally don't care as much about Christopher Nolan movies as a lot of people do, apparently, because I don't care about Tenet at all. And I'm not being a movie snob or anything. It's just Chris Nolan movies are rentals for me. I don't even think I saw... Let's see, I didn't even see the last Batman of his trilogy in the movie theater. I waited for that one to come out. Now, to be completely honest, that's because I had a kid at the time, so... Do I have enough yet? No, not quite. Almost there. I'm gonna finish this darn pyramid on this, at least this side of it tonight. I just want to make sure I'm not gonna run out. Guess will pardon me for just 1 second. I need a beverage. I mean, aside from that movie, I could go to the ultra special Harry Potter digital re-release. I like Harry Potter. I've seen them enough. I don't ever need to see those movies or read those books ever again. Ever. I read the books myself. I read the books to my oldest. And now I've read the books to my youngest. And I really don't care to ever read anything by J.K. Rowling ever again. It's just way too much. That's a lot of books to... That's honestly years of me reading bedtime stories. Look at me, I'm about to break a netherite pickaxe, too. Now, thankfully, here nearby in Salt Lake City, we have a Salt Lake Film Society that does showings of classic movies every once in a while, so it's nice to be able to go see those in the theaters. There was a really cool theater here called the Cinedome. which looked like a giant set of protuberances on somebody. So, because they were dome-shaped theaters and there were two of them next to each other. But they used to show midnight movies, and I mean, you only had to have like 3 people working the front counter for you to be able to do this whole thing. And people would come in, and we'd watch all sorts of classic movies. Like, I got to see Blade Runner on 35mm, which was awesome. I got to see stuff like Angel Heart, the Cheech and Chong movies, you know. Oh, and let's see. Oh, and you being my internet dad would be extra weird because you're like, what, 4 years older? Yeah, I'm not much older than you. I mean, I have sagely advice, let's just put it that way. I didn't read the books until 3 years ago, or watch the movies. Let's see, I watched like the first 4 movies, right? And then after the first 4 came out, like I knew they had a couple more to go, like 4 more movies. I was ahead of where the books are. I was waiting for the new ones to come out. It was cool being that excited for a book. But like I didn't care as much about the movies, which might seem weird to some folks, but rarely, in my opinion, are the movie version of a book better than the book itself. One rare exception to that is Starship Troopers, believe it or not. And I'm hoping that the new Dune movie is that way too, because I've been looking forward to that movie coming out for a while now. As soon as I heard they were going to get to direct it and who they were thinking about casting in it, I was in. Big fan of Dune. Okay, let's see. That might be enough to get me started. So let's go see what we can do. I mean, it's not like I'm going to run out of cobblestone anytime soon. Or at least the first couple of 100 passes. I need to get up to right about here. That one's done, so I need this line. All right, here we go. All right, folks, lay it on me. What do you got? This is mostly just chit-chat time now because I got to get this built. It's getting really close, though. And I'm glad I turned it to peaceful mode because I really did not want to deal with zombies pushing me off this thing. You know, I was talking about getting spooked by things easy. Yeah, a zombie knocked me off the pyramid one time and it scared the living heck out of me. And I actually jumped in my seat. You can go back and watch that one. Hopefully somebody would be interested enough to make a clip about it. But I realize I'm a nobody right now, so just you wait and see, though. I downloaded most of my Steam library, which I've been building up over the years from all of the Humble Bundle sales that happen, which are one hell of a bargain, let me tell you that right now. Yeah, I agree. Heinlein was a good author. The book was fine. I mean, if you really want to go out of your way and see something just kind of crazy, they did an anime adaptation of Starship Troopers, like in the 80s. Wasn't terrible. Definitely wasn't great, though. Like me tonight, I finally decided, you know, of all things that I could potentially catch up on, I started watching One Piece again. I forgot how much fun that series could be, but once you take out the intros and, I mean, the intro music, the intro of the episode, you're left with like maybe 15 minutes of an episode. So it's like watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force, really. And I know, Arduin, you got done watching about the whole... I know you got done watching the whole thing. I am on the Skypia arc, which I think is season 3. It could be. Okay, so about school. I think it'd be a good businessman because of my dad. I consider my dad a businessman. He does work at a warehouse, but he buys pallets from there and resells them. He sells them individually and makes a lot of profit. I learned from him also selling for. Okay. Yeah, interestingly enough, that is the kind of business my stepfather-in-law does. Here's what he does, though. I mean, you could probably do this in your own time if you really wanted to. Get yourself a Costco membership. I mean, you'd have to sell it like on eBay or something, but because you can't really get your business license until you're of a certain age. But he goes to Costco and he buys all sorts of Costco products, and then he sells them on Amazon. He sells them directly to the Amazon warehouses, so he doesn't have to make individual shipments to anybody. He just sends the pallets and pallets and pallets of stuff that he has to the Amazon fulfillment centers, and they send it out to people. And we're talking stuff that you think probably wouldn't be that lucrative, but like, you know, the ice pops that you get during the summertime, the Flavor Aid ice pops or the Otter Pops, whatever you have. He buys those in pallets when they go on sale, like near the end of the summertime. Now, the shelf life on those things is at least a year, probably even more than that. But anyway, what he'll do is he'll usually buy them all up at the beginning of the season, and then selling them for like maybe $2 a box, right? Then he sells them on Amazon for $15-20 because soccer moms just know they need those popsicles and they don't want to go searching for them, so they'll buy them on Amazon. That's a markup of like 500%, man. That's insane. So he does that, and he makes makes a lot of money on it. He works his butt off, but he makes a lot of money. Not me. I make YouTubes, and stuff definitely not for 15-year-olds. But I also I'm management at my job, so I could honestly sit this job out for like the next 20 years until retirement. So well, and the other thing is, like I was saying, he buys stuff from Costco, and if you want to buy anything that's a product from Costco, you have to have a membership, right? People that go on Amazon or go on eBay or something, they want to have that product. Hey, Bicycle Legs. I'm betting the YouTube version was kind of messed up. But anyway, you buy that product from like a big box store like Costco or something like that. You have to have a membership usually. And then, if you don't want to buy a membership, you can't get any of those products. But if you sell them on Amazon, you can make it cost more than what you paid for it, specifically for the fact that nobody has to go to Costco to get that product. So yeah. So I mean, it's definitely, people always need more products, right? But the funny thing is, I was a business major for a couple of semesters in college, and I kept changing my bachelor's degree program because I thought when I first went to college, I was going to be a chemistry major. Absolutely love chemistry. I love the science behind it. I love the math behind it. I like the dinking around and mixing things together of it. Found out what I don't like are 3.5 hour to 4 hour labs, where it's a lot of the same measuring, finding the product, making sure you have the stuff at the right temperature, using the filter paper. Boring, man. It's really boring. And so I had a flash in my eyes. I'm like, oh boy, if I did this for the rest of my life, I'm never going to like my job. Because lab work was essentially to get you ready to work in a lab. Wasn't a fan of that at all. Then I'm like, well, you know what? What's lucrative? What can I make money doing? I know. I'll get a business degree. And I went in for a logistics program because getting stuff from point A to point B is a very, very important part of business. Especially when you want to make sure it's there on time, at the right time, every time. Until I took, what's the word I'm thinking of here? Accounting. Look, man, I could do certain bits of calculus in my head. I'm good at theoretical math. I'm good at trigonometry. I'm really good at the math where it's mostly like real math. Like if you want to find a derivative or something, I'm your guy. If you want to figure out a polynomial in your head, I'm that guy. If you want a guy that can do the quadratic equation in his head, that's me. If you want a guy that can balance your checkbook, I am not that guy, because the whole debts versus credits, and that's a terrible system. I hated it so much. Let's see. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Bicycle Legs. I appreciate it, and thanks for coming on Twitch, because I promise you tomorrow I'm going to do something on the YouTube channel for Utah Outcast, so we'll be looking at that there. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Maybe more of this, just talk with people more, because it's fun. Yeah, high school is definitely there's no way to sugarcoat it. It's dealing with petty authority. It is the people, we talked about this last time though, where folks think that it's the best years of their lives, and so they treat it like it's a really important thing. And for people like me, and probably like you, I was left there thinking, really? This is what everybody's going crazy about? It's just, I don't care about any of this stuff. Why is anybody making such a big deal about high school, you know? I'm sure other people have high school experiences that differ from mine, but my best times of my life at that point was me getting a job, you know, just working on building up a resume. Let's see. I tried doing financial administration. I was pretty good at it, but I fell asleep in my internship because it bored me out of my mind. Sounds about right. And honestly, at my day job, there's some days where I'm just like, I feel like I'm a adult babysitter, if that kind of makes sense, because, I mean, everybody that I work with, it's a Legend of Zelda trick. Oh no, water. Thank goodness. Anyway, adult babysitter, because my people that are under my care and under my management, a lot of them act like kids still. Nothing wrong with acting like a kid, but there's some things you should be able to do on your own as an adult. And working unsupervised really should be one of those things. Alright, how am I going to get up on this thing? Glad that there was water to land on, though. Goodness. On my way up pretty easily. Yeah, high school was to be endured, not enjoyed. I hated it till I found a small group of fellow friends. Yep. Fellow mates. For me, I made my friends at the job. Thankfully, the job I had at the time was with a whole bunch of other teenagers, so it was pretty cool, especially because none of us tended to care about that whole school spirit thing that everybody wants you to have. Like, why should I have school spirit? I'm not going to be here. Like, I'm only going to be here for like 3 years of my life. And 3 years seems like a lot when you're like 18, because, I mean, hell, that's 1/6 of your life. But I'm sure, as Arduin and Bicycle Legs can attest to, 3 years now is like, oh, well, let me check my watch. oh, okay, it's been a decade, you know. Kind of funny that way, that the more of life that you live, the quicker it tends to pass by you. Like, my kids just started school. I know I'm going to keep my head down and work. It's going to be Christmas, and it's going to be New Year's, and then it's going to be spring again, and then the kids are going to be out of school again. I'll be like, wait a minute. How come they're in high school already? You know? It's so weird. It's because when you're a young person, a lot of the stuff that you're experiencing in life is the first time you've experienced that thing in life. And so it tends to have more of a resound. It's something that sticks with you for a lot longer. Like the first video game you ever play, or the first movie you ever watch, or, you know, the first time you do blank, or this or that or the other thing. Kind of sticks in your brain a little bit more. Because once you're in your late 20s, early 30s and stuff, you're like, oh, okay, so the routine is go to work every day and then get the money, and then after I get the money, I spend the money, okay? And then so on and so forth, mortgages. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, yeah, as much as I wish that this year would have happened under different circumstances, I'm kind of glad that it's nearing an end. And without saying anything really too political on this topic here, but I'm hopeful for the future. I know we've got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of problems that are still going on in this country. Something that's not going to be resolved in a very quickly manner, but I feel like I am allowing myself to feel a little bit of hope for the future. So yeah, I agree. It has felt like a decade, but at the same time, I remember coming home to work on telework, like back in the end of March or middle of March, and now it's mid-September. Where did that 6 months go, man? Yep, time dilates like that. It's weird. Let's see. These ones down here at the bottom, it takes like 3 stacks to get across the whole thing. Well, when I was first setting off to build this thing, I thought to myself, okay, I have a point down here at the bottom. I'm going to go up 128 and build from there to see where I can make things end up. You know, thinking 128 on the sides, 128 in the middle, that, you know, it would all work out that way. No. I was going out 1, up 1. Out 1, up 1, but I was going diagonally. So therefore, I've made sides to a pyramid that are at least 250 blocks long on the longest parts, maybe even more. Yeah, Arduin, Papa Excremento, and Grandpapa Bicycle Legs. Yeah, you'll see. What am I talking about? You're only like, I'm only like a little bit older than you. So it's been a real trip for me today because I've been trying to back up the show that I've done for 5 years now, and trying to back up 2,500 video clips that I have out there. It's like, oh, some of varying sizes of, you know, just a couple of gigabytes to, I mean, just a couple of megabytes to a handful of gigabytes is like, oh boy, this is going to eat up most of that 8 terabyte drive that I have now. So When I've been trying to do it as a batch, like I set it up and just let it run, but the stupid program I'm using tries to download like every single one of them at the same time. It's not smart. Alright, I need cobblestone. So, let us go put this over here. Oh, nope. There we go. Take all of this I can. Tell you what, put this other stuff in here. Take all that stuff. Oh yeah, can't put that in there. Come on. So close, man. Though I don't know if I'll get there tonight. Yeah, 9 years older. You definitely don't look it. And I'm not laughing at you, I'm just thinking that's such a weird thing to say. Having kids definitely does age you though, right? Let's see. When getting up in the morning, it physically hurts, you know. Yeah, every single day. When my alarm first goes off in the morning, that alarm tells me, okay, you can hit snooze, but you need to roll over to the other side and let everything settle on the other side for a little bit too, before you just hurry up and get out of bed. It's kind of weird, but kind of helps out. This is a hell of a project. I'm a cat dad. That's worrying enough for me. Well, the benefit of having real children is that sometimes, I'm not saying every time, they can tell you what's wrong with them. Animals, it's a big question mark. And don't get me wrong, it's that way with kids a lot of the time too. What do you need? I don't know. You better tell me what you need. This game. How about I do it this way? Nope, that's why I'm not going to do it that way. How about it this way? I did it this way the other day, where I go like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, maybe that'll work better. Shoot. I mean, I have less time to look at the screen though. Nope, Cat Dad's still out there. Topmost chat. Hey, this is a lot quicker. I hate that happens. Point lower. There we go. No! Come on, man. I get more mad at myself than anything. My kid has made me so much of a better person. Yeah, I think so as well for myself. Yours, without bringing it up really, the circumstances in which your son, is going through, it would be trying for most parents. I mean, not so much trying for, you know, yourself as a parent, but the way that the world treats people like that. Though being somebody that's within that community, not being that myself, but within the community as my, I would like to see myself as an ally, not something I give myself. I'm tending to think that I have one of my kids that will be as well in the future. I've kind of talked about that on the show a little bit on the other show, but that's not for here, really. Time will show. It's a wonderful new world that everybody gets to live in. I just lament that the world I grew up in was much more conservative. But I'm glad I'm not in that anymore. If that makes sense. From a guy that's building cobblestone pyramid. 2 rows at a time. Because he can't look up, otherwise mess up. Oh, so yeah, I have another show that I do. And it's not safe for work. It's mainly adult topics, politics, religion, a lot of other stuff that, I mean, we're very much sex positive. We are, but it's me and my friends. We do a show called Utah Outcasts, and it's been on YouTube since 2015. And been at it for ages and ages and ages. So politics, religion, we use a lot of the naughty language. It's definitely a rated R show. But I mean, it's interesting living in this state. This is a very conservative state. And for a lot of the time living here, you feel like you're not a part of the community writ large because you're not of the same kind of club. And I just died. Great. See ya, Bicycle Legs. Have a good one. Okay, where did I die? Oh, since I took the bed away, it respawned me back here. Man. This is where the world spawn was when we first started the game. As you can see, I have a town over here that I built with my kids. Now nobody barely uses the place. Man. But anyway, like I was saying, the other show that I do, I enjoy doing that show and I enjoy doing it every week, but I can't really do a lot of solo stuff there because it's a group effort for the most part. And I've done solo shows there before, but it just feels kind of awkward wanting to do video game and stuff. So, and doing video game stuff on that channel just feels kind of like, that's a bit off-brand. Not like it's not worth it or not fun or anything, but I just feel like I can do more PG, less blue, you know, if that makes sense. Yeah, see, DJ Malcontent followed us from here, followed me here from there, so. I mean, I would guarantee most of the people that have started following me here have come from that world, so. Yeah, Arduin, you pimping your show right there, too. That's what you do, right? You have to shamelessly self-promote. But anyway, I like video games. I've done video game stuff for years on other shows and with other people. And I just decided, hey, if I'm going to be sitting here playing video games, might as well stream it. I mean, I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not a competitive player. I suck at most first-person shooters. I mean, I have fun with them. But I feel like I'm somewhat decently good at building a community. It's not like I have a lot to do with it. It's mainly just people that start following, and I just keep them happy. How about that? Where'd I drop all my crap? Over here? Yeah, there it is. But anyway, I started doing the Twitch stuff here because I wanted to see how well I could do with just me, you know. I feel like I'm a fairly entertaining person. I feel like I can make people laugh. And I just have a good time with it because I have a kind of a stressful job sometimes, and having kids is a bit of work too, so it's nice to have a group of people that I can talk to where that's not any of the concerns I have to worry about. I'll just sit here and talk about video games, or sit here and talk about movies, or everything that I've talked about tonight. And there's life lessons to be learned in some of the stuff, I'm sure. So, yeah, just being entertaining in and of itself is how you build most of the communities that you have out there. And not to toot my own horn, we crank out some funny stuff. But I think even you could agree that not everything that we talk about is appropriate for a 15-year-old audience, right? I mean, you could be a very, very well-adjusted, very smart 15-year-old. Nothing that's going to steer you down a bad road or anything. It's just some stuff I'd be like, I would even cringe at letting my 15-year-old listen to my stuff. I don't have a 15-year-old yet, but... Okay, that's where I died, right? There we go. Yeah, and see, and I'm trying to find more time to do the streams. Like, tonight, I could have done one last night, but I had other work for the other show that I was talking about I need to finish. And so this is more of a treat to myself. And so tomorrow night, I'm probably going to play more stuff. You could follow the Utah Outcasts, or just Utah Outcasts, on Twitch, and I'll probably be doing some stuff on that channel tomorrow night. I don't know what, but I have about 7,000 subscribers on YouTube with that show. And if I can bring a chunk of them here to Twitch, or at least get enough people watching, I could hit affiliate, and I can try to broaden the horizons. And so I'm either probably going to play some video games and just talk with people like I'm doing right now, or I'll have to find some video to watch and kind of laugh with, but we'll see. Let's see. Part of the skeptic mafia of godless engineer, indeed, like Mr. DJ Malcontent said. Yep. Mr. Not Mr. Just DJ Malcontent. And for me, my work ethic over the last 5 years of doing the show there is, oh, Hellbound Hillbilly, yep. My work ethic has been be consistent. I mean, there's stuff that I put out doesn't hit everybody's buttons at the right level. It's not always funny, not always great. A lot of it is amazing, a lot of it's really hilarious, but there's always something to be gleaned from content being put out. And for me, it's a matter of making sure that there is something there at a constant rate. So when I first started doing the show there on YouTube, I was putting out, let's see, at least 10 videos a week. I've thankfully been able to dial that back to just 7, so thankfully there's that. But because of having a Patreon, there's also a lot of work goes into Patreon. Let me tell you that right now, so... But it's worth every penny, I think. I think you provide value to people, and they enjoy it. And they tend to follow you there. But having a solid work ethic when you're a content creator means a lot. If people can't follow your schedule or know when you're gonna have new stuff out there, why are you even doing it? You know. Which is why I need to work on my schedule for this channel. I need to say, like, hey, new streams on Tuesday and Thursday. That kind of thing. I'm trying to make it so I can possibly make it in on Friday, too. Because I got so many games I want to play. But I keep bringing myself back to Minecraft, man. I mean, I picked up Death Stranding. I've already beat it on PS4, so like it wasn't really new to me. But most people didn't tend to notice what I was doing with that one, so they didn't really care so much. But I do have a Discord. Let me, if you can hold off for 1 second, let me bring you to this thing right here. As you can see, it's 3 capital F, capital B, capital N, capital B, capital X, lowercase x. So, and Arduin's probably going to get a link for everybody here in a second, but yeah, I do have a Discord. I am trying to be on there more often. It is really just me and like 4 other people at this point. But like everything, you have to start somewhere. I remember uploading my first video to YouTube and be like, man, I've only got 1 video here. Now I'll look back at it, got almost 3,000. And I'm just like blown away because you just put your shoulder to the wheel and you keep doing it. Next thing you know, you're a couple of years into it and you've got quite a lot to show for it. And I'm not trying to like bag on myself or anything like that when I say, you know, some of them aren't great or anything. I realize that not every episode of something that you watch or enjoy is a gem for everybody. Other people take away what they'd like or dislike from certain things. You can't judge for people's tastes. But at the very least, people could set a watch by the show that I put out. And I'm trying to be better about that here. If I can, I just have variables that happen throughout the workday. Like if I would have got off when I thought I was going to be getting off work, I would have been on here at like 10:30 my time, which is GMT -6, so 4 a.m. East GMT. So it would have been great to be on at that time, but life gets in the way. You know, I've got a job to do. But anyway, I don't want to talk about jobs. I just wish I had more time to do this kind of stuff. And that brings me back to what I was talking about earlier. Crap, I forgot I was talking about that. My wife and I have been doing a lot of like, not renovating, but at least cleaning up a lot of the spaces that we have. Not like because we leave garbage laying around, but because there's wasted space, you know. So I am working on moving her office where she's literally right behind me here. Because this used to be all my area. I used to do the podcast when it first started from this room on a crappy little desk. And so anyway, I was working down here for a long time, and then she started teleworking from her job. So now all of a sudden I had to share the basement. And because we had so much crap lining the walls, like from things we didn't want to get rid of or stuff we just wanted to keep with us for a while, we didn't really have any other place to set up like an office area. But now that I've taken, pushed, moved all the stuff that like we could put into a longer term storage into a storage shed, there's all this extra room down here. It's almost like a whole new level of the house. And so I'm going to be moving her desk over to that open area. And what does that mean for Mr. X and all the other stuff that I do? Is that when the kids are in school, I will have more free time, and I won't be bothering somebody else across the way because they're not going to be right in my business behind me. They'll be across the room, and I could set up acoustic panels so I will never bother them. So expect more coming out of me in the future, so let's just put it that way. Oh, thanks for joining the Discord. Oh my gosh, my finger's starting to cramp from holding the stupid same button down this whole time. Okay. I'm almost there, though. Almost there. I keep saying that to myself. I'm almost there, man. You can do this. I think I need to go back to doing 2 at a time, like I was doing. See if I can do 3 at a time. Wouldn't that be great? too quick on the trigger there. Guess I can do them 4 blocks at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 4. You know what's funny is I do all this work, and someone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you could just download a mod that would have a bot where it can do all that for you." And I'd be like, "Well, then that's kind of a hollow victory for that person, right? They didn't actually spend all the time, all the deaths that they had in this game trying to do this stupid little project." What's gonna happen when it's done? I'll have a pyramid. That's it. Nothing's gonna be magic. Nothing's gonna be different. Almost. Still got a ways to go, but at least I'm only 1, 2, 3, like only 8 away from being done with the whole side. I think for the next layer, I'm just gonna do like I was doing when I first started building this whole stupid pyramid, is going around in circles at the top of it, working my way down, so you can get a whole layer done. Could it work? Maybe. Will it work? Maybe. Holy crap, it's 1 a.m. I am going to have to wrap this up in a minute because I have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And thanks to my hobbies, I get about 5.5 hours of sleep. Let's see. I built rooms in my sandstone pyramid. Yeah, I'm trying to think what kind of rooms I could build in this thing. I thought about doing a whole series of like mazes. Like it's a maze. You start in on the bottom level, and you have to go through all of the tunnel mazes and stuff. And you could have like little portrait like holes that people could, if they knew how to get through them, there'd be secret passages like you're at IKEA or something. Yeah, I just referenced IKEA. I'm active on Discord, so if you said an announcement that you're streaming, I'll definitely join. Hey, great. I'm still... Oh, no. I just died again. And I didn't set a bed either. Man. Okay, I'm going to go back and grab my stuff, and I'm probably going to call it good after that, because... Frustrating. Though I do love the fact that I have in this town a house that my kids built me, and so I really enjoy, because they made it. They spent hours working on the thing, and they made me a Father's Day present. So one of the happiest little gifts that I got in my life, and so I'm probably going to keep this realm, paying this $10 a month until I can't anymore, because there's the house they built for me, and they built a little sign out front. I got a cute little picture of it, and they were all standing on it. And that wasn't there before. Somebody broke it. But yeah, here's my little house they built for me. All my treasure chests. It was great. But I can always tell when someone's been messing around where they don't need to be. When you see my Discord, your hands itch. There's a lot of people that do a lot more with Discord. I went Slack for the other show that I do. Had I gone Discord, maybe I would be able to say that we're a lot further along than we are. But unfortunately, I didn't. Yeah, Arduin. Yeah, they still like me. And I think it's hopefully continues that way for a really long time because I'm very easy to get along with. I mean, just like every parent, I'm sure there's stuff I do that makes them cringe a little bit, but for a lot of your life as a kid, a lot of the problems that you have are self-imposed. That's not trying to say that you're the root of all your problems. I'm just saying that I have a child that takes things a lot more personally than other people would. And there's no need for that. Where did I drop all my stuff? Let's just go look for the nearest thing that I was building, and it'll be up there somewhere. There it is. Found it. But yeah, there's a lot of things, and not just like kids' lives. There's a lot of self-imposed torture that you do to yourself. And it could all be just avoided, you know? Do I have better advice for you than that? Probably not, but... Anyway, not done. I thought I'd finish the this whole side of it tonight. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get a chance to. Look, I'm going to go where the shadow is. That's all that's left for that one side. Not bad work, if I do say so myself. Got a whole lot more to go. And boy, is it going to be dark in here. Good thing there's lots of cobblestone. Good thing I've got nothing else to do in my life right now. And it's a good thing I have all you guys out there. So, this is Mr. Excremento. I'm going to do that thing where I pass you off to this screen right here where I'm going to say stream ending soon. Thank you for hanging out with me. What's that you said, Arduin? My dad and me got along better after I moved out. Probably. He loved me, but I was a super klutz and that frustrated the hell out of him. Mine aren't klutzy. They just get in the way, and that gets on my nerves pretty darn quickly. So anyway, thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining the Discord, all that fun stuff. Guys, I got to go to bed. I'm going to be up super early in the morning. Got to take kids to school and all that stuff. But expect more. Like I said, there's always going to be more. You guys have a great day. Have a great night. And don't let don't bum yourself out. Try to be I'm not gonna say be positive because that's a stupid message to give anybody, but it's a terrible message right here too. But things could always be a lot worse. So that's the way I get through life. Having twins, you kind of learn how to go. Well, I mean, it could have been triplets, you know. But anyway, thanks everybody. We'll talk to you on Wednesday on the Utah Outcast channel, and then Thursday back here. So we'll talk to you later. See ya.